Just remember, FPL is tough, but you are tougher. Hi guys, I'm FPL Nymphria and welcome back to the home of FPL videos. With my wildcard held back, I'd like to forget all about Saturday please, it was awful. But Sunday was indeed super for me, so let's take a look at how I got on in Game Week 31. Martinez with another 4 points despite Liverpool putting 2 by him, 8 saves. Man is an absolute machine, can't say anything else better about him to be honest. Sufal managed to grab me another assist for 4 points and again for the second week running was my best defender on the pitch. A little bit more about that in just a moment. What's happened to Chelsea though? Seriously, it's like the pressure of all FPL managers getting on their defence has made them absolutely buckle. Azpilicueta with just the 2 points. At this point, he feels like a bit of a waste of money to be honest, so not sure if I should keep hold of him. Stones looked great. He was absolutely everywhere. Unfortunately, so were Leeds, so not so great, only 1 point for Stones. Frustrating to sit here having not wildcarded though, as Trent could have been in my team and I'd have been 11 points better off for having him. I have to say that goal really hurt me. Probably the most annoyed I've been by a player scoring in a long while. Like, I really took that goal to heart. It really bothered me. So, yeah, not a great one, that one. Cheers, Trent. Thanks for that. Couldn't have just held that one back. Or Martinez, you could have just saved it and made my life a lot easier. Yeah, thanks. My midfield was held up by some Sunday magic from 2 players, as Rafinha, Bruno and my new addition and last minute switch to Jota as captain were all a big letdown for me. However, it was a sunny day on Sunday and glad to see him back amongst the goals again. 7 points from the fab number 7. Thanks, Sonny. I will bank that. That said, it was Lingard that yet again for the second week in a row that absolutely saved my bacon in midfield. A brace for 14 points was just magical after such a bad day on Saturday. He brightened my weekend on Sunday. The guy is absolute fire at the moment. Absolute fire. Moving to my forwards, I took a -4 for Nacho, and boy did he do his best to pay it off. That Leicester and West Ham game simply made all the difference to my game week. It turned it around, and there's no getting around that if that game didn't happen like it did, I'd be in the mud. Seriously, Saturday, my team was on for its worst score all season. So that match, having Sufal, Jesse Lingard and Nacho just absolutely smashed me out of the water and gave me a chance. Nacho thought, whatever Lingard can do, I can do better, and bagged a brace for himself for 13 points. Yeah, absolute gold. I cannot be happier with that. Kane, on the other hand, could only manage 2 points. I had the captaincy on Kane all week. I was sure he'd grab a goal or a penalty or something. Switched to Jota last minute. Really panicked over it when Jota failed. In the end, it didn't make a difference. They both ended up doing badly. So, yeah, not great. That means my 3 top scorers for Game Week 31 are Sonny Sunday, Jesse the G Lingard, and Nacho Man. I wanna be your Nacho Man. With all of that, I got 55 points, so 51 points with my -4 all out. I am recording this on Monday as I don't have anyone in Monday's evening fixtures, so my exact OR is a bit of a mystery at the moment, but fingers crossed I can stick on a green arrow as low 300k is the highest I've been all season. So this is absolutely new territory, so keep your fingers crossed for me. So could I have done better if I wildcarded? That's the question. Well, I asked out on Twitter and on here if I should wildcard, and 95% of you said no. Absolutely not. You're about 3-4 players away from what everyone is wildcarding into, so just leave it alone. On Saturday night, I was regretting this decision hard. I beat myself up badly on Saturday night. I think I felt the worst on Saturday night that I felt in FPL for a long time. Like, I really was quite annoyed at myself. If I had have wildcarded into my no Salah team, which you can watch on last week's video, I would be on 67 points. So, ouch. That Trent goal really hurt me. However, it's probably a good place to note that I think I would have leaned towards having Salah in just because I'm such a big fan of Salah. In which case, my Mo Salah team draft would have got me 56 points. So that's just 1 point or 5 points, if you consider my -4, more than what my current team actually got. So that wasn't as bad as I thought it was in the end. I mean, Saturday night, you know, my wildcard teams, either of them were smashing my team at the moment out of the water. But Sunday made all the difference. So it's really tough to know where I'd be sat now, depending on which way I went with either wildcard. But even without wildcarding, I could have done much better this week with this current team, and it would have matched that no Salah team. If I had only just played Dallas, I could have not seen a brace against City with one of the best defences in the league this season. He got 17 points. 17 points. So if I'd gone with him over Rafinha in my starting 11, I'd be on 70 points this game week. Like I said though, with my defence as it was and with the fixtures that they were facing, I mean, I kind of had to go with those, and I was always going to go with my attacking player rather than another defender. Annoying though. It's really annoying to have that level of points on the bench and feel like if I just put that in, where could I be now OR-wise? So yeah, few fixture surprises this week, taking us FPL managers by surprise. Looking ahead to Game Week 32, and this is how I'm currently lining up. And well, I've got a couple of options here. I can wildcard and move on to one of the 2 teams I had previously considered. Check out last week's video if you want to see the 2 wildcards in consideration. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys. Or I can stick this out now. I've made my bed. Do I lie in it until I know more about the blanks and doubles coming up? In which case, my options would be that I can make 1 transfer, moving any defender in defence because I have quite a lot of money in the bank, to Trent, who's been on absolute fire lately. Or I could do a -4 again this week and move Rafinha to Salah, which, you know what, I don't really love losing Rafinha. I think Leeds still look great and they have great fixtures once these next 2 kind of get out of the way, although, you know, they've proved against Man City that fixtures mean nothing really. However, he is yellow flagged at the moment and I don't know what that means exactly, so could be the right time to get off of him for a couple of game weeks, and I could get back on him when I wildcard, when I know more about the fixtures. But I would need a little bit extra to help fund Salah, even though I've got like 6 million in the bank. So Azpilicueta could move to Rudiger, as Azpilicueta at the moment just doesn't seem worth the extra cash at the moment, and I do feel like Rudiger is likely to continue playing. Do I want to stay on Chelsea defence is another question entirely, but I'm just kind of hoping they are just having a bit of a blip. Guess I could move to a Wolves defender. Not really sure there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, Nim fam. But that would free up the extra cash I needed to move Rafinha to Salah. Or lastly, the other -4 could be Antonio to Vidra. Of course, Antonio is injured at the moment, so he's likely to drop in price this week. I would have thought people moving on. By the way of the Azpilicueta route, though, I could move Antonio back to Bamford, or even onto Ollie Watkins in Game Week 33 for West Brom. So if I did the -4 this week, that meant going Rafinha to Salah and then Azpilicueta to Rudiger, it would allow me to then leave enough money up front in that Antonio position to move Antonio to Ollie Watkins. So that is a possibility. It leaves my options open a bit more, I think, for the forwards category, and Vidra looks great. He's a cheap option, but, you know, it gives me another week to see pretty much whether or not I want to kind of nail my mast on him or whether I'd like to go Ollie. Because the thing with Ollie Watkins is that every time he scores, where I am, he really hurts my rank. So with Grealish possibly back around the corner, their double game week to be rescheduled, you know, it feels like maybe moving to him might be the way to go. Salah at the moment is starting to scare me a little bit. Highly owned with great captaincy fixtures ahead. I'm starting to think it might be time to get him in and then reassess the situation 2-3 game weeks down the line. Wildcard intact. Take the -4, take the hit. Hope for the best. Hope that I've got on him at the right time and pray that he isn't just going to fall off a cliff again, basically. But as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Love to hear from you, Nim fan. My Spurs double game week 32 captain is between Kane and Son, unsurprisingly. I'd like to be brave and put it on Son, but I likely go with Kane just for sheer ownership numbers, to be honest. It could be an absolute killer if he does anything and Sonny doesn't, unfortunately. The reason I haven't gone with an extra Spurs player is really that I'm just not sure I really want to. Is really that I'm just trying to think more ahead of the game and not put all my eggs in one basket for one game week. If I was looking at anyone, it'd probably be Lucas Moura, probably for where that Rafinha spot is, but just prefer Salah more for that spot. So yeah, unlikely to do that, to be honest. 2 is enough for me. Players I think could be worth some consideration are Jared Bowen at just 5.9 million. He has 3 goals and 1 assist in the last 3 game weeks, is more likely nailed with Antonio's injury at the moment and playing in a more forward role as a result. He also faces a Newcastle side up next, which we know ship goals, so could be worth a shout. My other consideration is a Wolves defender, just based on their run of fixtures. Cody is cheaper than Sace and is on 92 points to Sace's 87. It's risky though. Let's just caveat this with risk, considering their form is a bit iffy, especially 28, 30. Yeah, no clean sheet. But game week 31 showed in better fixtures they could hold fast, so might be worth a bit of a punt. And lastly, moving on to the trending transfers this week, let's take a look at the players in and out ahead of double game week 32. Of the goalkeepers, Lloris is the trendiest goalkeeper in with 16 plus 1,000 purchases at the time of recording this, likely owing to his up and coming double game week. Patricio is the next highest goalkeeper in with over 13,000 buys. Pope is the most transferred out goalkeeper with 19 plus 1,000 sales. The next highest out is Martinez with 12 plus 1,000 managers selling on the Aston Villa man. Of the defenders, Creswell is leading the way out with 56 plus 1,000 sales. Cancelo is still the second most sold this week with over 29,000 managers selling on the City man. Dallas is the trendiest defender in this game week after his brace against City with 56,000 plus purchases. Trent is the second most bought defender with over 34,000 buys. In midfield is where the majority of movers and shakers are still this game week. Lingard is the trendiest midfielder by far this week after his brace with 230 plus 1,000 buys. Son is the second most transferred in with over 111,000 buys. Gundogan is the most switched out midfielder this week with 126 plus 1,000 sales. Rafinha is the next highest midfielder sold this week with over 56,000 managers selling on the Leeds man. Up front, Antonio is the trendiest forward out this week owing to injury with 92 plus 1,000 managers moving on the West Ham man. Calvert-Lewin is the second most sold forward this week with over 47,000 sales. Iheanacho is still the front runner in the forwards category this week after his brace against West Ham with over 157,000 purchases. Kane is the second most bought forward ahead of the double game week 32 with 47 plus 1,000 buys. And that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Lots of luck for double game week 32. Please don't forget to check out the sponsors of this video, fantasyfootballfix.com, and before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share and hit that notification bell. Until next time, Nymphria out.